Good afternoon, it's Bob Chu from Sand and Sea Marine in Stuart, Florida, formerly from Stuart and Islamorada Boatworks. And I'm here to show you a beautiful 2020 Islamorada 24 bay boat, second station. Fishable, very fish equipped, and almost only fished. Come on aboard. So if any of you have been watching the Islamorada Boatworks, the 24 Morada over the years, you're totally familiar with this boat, its reputation for the most spectacular all-around performance on the water. This particular customer outfitted this boat for fishing almost exclusively shallow water. It's got a power pole move trolling motor, 36 volt on board. Long one, so he could go offshore if he had to in swells and the prop would stay in the water. But again, primarily this boat was used almost exclusively inshore. Battery tender here for quick and easy removal. Anchor locker, not sure if he's got much in there. Yeah, there's not even an anchor inboard, but there is a chute tube there for you to hold the anchor. Obviously, with today's trolling motors, anchors are getting used very little. Storage compartment here, which is typically used for day bags. I'd like to point out that if you're not familiar, the big sea deck gasket that's used on all the hatches on this 24 Islamorada, there's access below here. You can open that hatch and it gives you access to the bottom of the anchor locker. Here he's put a ruler, 36-inch ruler for checking size of inshore species. The rod lockers, which Islamorada is famous for because they have this teardrop shape or this waterfall shape, sea deck pad on the bottom, no tubes, nothing to break your guides off your rods with. They just bundle together and slide all the way forward. Stainless gas shocks and so forth. You'll see this boat is virtually new, and it's a 2020 model with just under 300 hours. Center storage box, pretty straightforward. That is the bilge there. So yeah, straight access down below, a few extra leaves. Another rod storage on this side. Tight latches, identical to the port side. It's also got a drain in there, so it's really cool. If you put your rods in there, you can actually hose them off inside the rod locker. As you swing around this way, you'll see the Yeti cooler with cushion, backrest cushion, which is standard, was standard. When you open the door here, it gives you all the access to your battery switches, both the main switch as well as your trolling motor battery switches. You also have your onboard charger here. Your power pole move will have its remote control here to be charged up in that small bracket. This is all your digital switching back here. Everything in here is digital switching. These are more traditional, not in the C-Zone system. Everything's labeled, blade fuses, and this is your second redundancy. You have the switch panel itself, then you have your Simrads or Garmins, and then you come down to this if you can't get something working, and check your fuse. Fire extinguisher here. He's put some pads to store things. The batteries themselves are, if we open this hatch and pull this out of the way, the batteries are down there. If you've seen a 24 Islamorada, you know how the AGM batteries are stored. I believe this, I'd have to check the listing, but I believe this has a lithium battery for the power pole move. As we come down the side of the console, there's 4 aluminum rod holders on each side. This is a Key West style, so your rod tips come up here and avoid hitting the hardtop. There's 2 rod holders, one on either side for the second station, you know, for shooting from up above, which, by the way, this customer and his wife primarily fish this boat, and their targeted species is most often, or quite often, triple tail. And they've been extremely successful catching several triple tail and all the way up north of 20 pounds, which is unusually large for Florida. As you come to the back side of the helm here, you'll see He's been boating for years. He's fished the Redfish tournament for years. He's a retired engineer. He's very sure of what he wants. He does perfectly well with a single 12-inch Garmin because he's primarily a sight fisherman. Yamaha gauge, JL Audio stereo head, a small glove box for all those little things you might need, you know, sunglasses, sunblock, car keys, whatever. This motor has the Optimus steering on it, and that's the gauge for it. NOCO electric trim tabs with indicators. Start stop for the motor. Also has the key switch capability as well. Station selector, so you can run the controls. If you're going up above, you hit the selector button, and that provides up above power. Hit the selector button there, and you're in business with power up above. Digital switching panel with your voltage readout here digitally. Battery 1, 2, and then your trolling motor batteries. Little plug-in for a handheld spotlight. Edson black wheel, just like above. Controls for the jack plate, which is standard. Tilt wheel, power pole controls. Little glove box here on both sides. And then if you turn this lets the stairs fall out on the removable hinges. And that's where your pumps are for your power poles. Super clean. Looks like the boat's almost brand new. I mean, it's really exceptionally nice condition. Swing this way, we can see the leaning post. Birdsaw leaning post, traditional. Storage below. Backrest, 4 rod holders, 2 drink holders, little rigging tray, handrail, everything you expect on the Birdsaw leaning post. Spot for a cooler down below. So it works really, really well, real straightforward. As we go to the under the gunnels, you have rod storage under the gunnels on both sides horizontally. And yes, they will hold fly rods on both sides. You also have a washdown on the bottom here. So it's all pretty straightforward. On the aft deck, what he's done is what a lot of people have done over the years. If they're a little more serious, definitely oriented towards fishing as opposed to a crossover cruise boat. 1 cushion removable in the middle, removable backrest. The arms swing up so it's easy to stow. This cushion covers the main live well. And in this live well, he has a bubbler because he'll fish like Everglades National Park where there's not a lot of oxygen in the water. And if he fishes bait on any given day, he wants to be able to make sure it lives. In this live well, similar situation. He's got 2 feeds and bubbler system in the center. So very big. This is a 35-gallon live well. Center one is 30 gallons. Then on the port side, he's left this open, as these are insulated, by the way, that he paid extra for. And this he left open primarily as a fish box. It could be anything, dry storage, fish box, etc. You could plumb it if you wanted a 3rd live well, but he chose not to. Then we get to the bilge. What the Islamorada is famous for is awesome bilge access. There is the bilge. You lift the lid out of the way, so you're not fighting a hatch that's partially in your way. All the pumps are readily accessible. Seacock handles as well. The bubbler is on this bulkhead. The live well pumps are here. Yeah, I mean, it's saltwater washdown pump is there. Clean. I can touch every pump in there, and I've got, I'm 5'8", so I got relatively short arms. Really, really great, especially if you're out on the water having an issue. Take the hatch, put it in the cockpit, and you have total access. Going back to the motor, it's got the Optimus power assist over the hydraulic. It is a 300 horse Yamaha, of course, just under 300 hours. 2 power pole blades, really, really cool, fully equipped, and just super condition. And lastly, what we're going to do is we will turn around and we'll go up in the 2nd station. One thing to note, he had custom pods for these 2 JL Audio speakers on the underside of the hardtop. It's a minimalist stereo system, 2 speakers, JO audio head that's got an amp built into it. That's all you wanted. This is a fishing boat. So I'm going to go up to the second station. The steps involved are one here, one on the helm. I like to spin around, unlock the stainless fitting to unlock the hatch, slide the hatch aft over the seat, swing back around, and I'm up on the second station. Boom. Here on the second station, you see it has the blacked out surface around all the instruments, the black Edson wheel with power knob, the trim switch for the jack plate, your station selector, start stop for the motor, kill switch, Garmin 9-inch unit here, NOCO trim tabs with indicators to the side, your power pole control here, your binnacle here, and a cup holder. Pretty straightforward stuff. And a couple rod holders here and a nice butt cushion to be seated on when you run the boat from up here. Needless to say, changes boating completely. I had sold a number of these boats to a guide in the Keys who ran 4 or 5 boats at a time, hiring guides, and he ran one of the boats, and he never had a top. The first boat he ordered with this second station on it, from that point on, he replaced all his boats with second station. So it's totally changes the boating experience completely. So if you're interested in this boat, it's a 2020 model, 300 Yamaha, second station on a tandem float-on trailer, under 300 hours, ready to go. A couple weeks back, I sold one of these pretty quickly. It was a couple model years difference, but that boat went to Virginia. Second day he had it, sent me a picture of a giant redfish he caught. So apparently these boats catch fish. Only kidding, they absolutely do. So if you're interested in this boat, it is available here at Sand and Sea Marine. My name is Bob Chew, C-H-E-W. Phone number 772-285-4780. Love to show you this boat. Thanks for watching.